There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.
Hello and happy Tuesday afternoon to you. This is First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Russ Thomas. This weather update has been brought to you by 1-800-WATER-DAMAGE of North Dakota. Another cloudy day, another chilly day out there. Some of that light snow that fell yesterday, really just kind of a dusting out there in the Fargo-Moorhead area that has since melted off pretty quickly this morning. Now we're looking at the gray sky, and that's something we'll continue to see across just about the entire region. Now we do have very active times as we head toward this week and the weekend as well. In particular, we're watching Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and then again Saturday afternoon, evening into our Sunday morning. Let's go ahead and pull up full screen here, the camera behind me, and you can see that gray sky that we do have in place across the region. And again, temperatures definitely on the chilly side, just about all locations right now below the freezing mark, which is below average for this time of year. You can see it. In fact, not seeing a town right now outside of Baudette and Roseau that are even at the freezing mark. We've got 30 Fergus Falls, 29 Alexandria, Thief River, Fargo, 24 Sisseton, 25 Langdon, Hallock, Jamestown, 30 in Devil's Lake. Yes, that is chilly for this time of year. Satellite and radar. It's very light snow coming down right now. Sisseton stretching up through Fergus Falls, Ellendale as well. Again, just at this time, a few flakes coming down, and we're going to talk about where we expect snow for tonight into early tomorrow morning here in just 1 second. Do want to look at our hourly planner. And we got that mostly sunny icon there. It's actually going to be cloudy, 5 p.m., 32 degrees, dropping down to about 29 at 9 p.m. this evening. Notice the sunset, 7:26. It's nice to see. We jump ahead an hour this past weekend, and the sunsets are now later. I love that. I know that. Grand Forks hourly planner, 35 p.m., 28 at 7 p.m. and 27 degrees at 9 p.m. So here's a look at our first alert forecast. We saw where some of that snow is coming down, and again, generally speaking, in our southern portions of our region, very light snow, and it looks like that is where it is going to stay. Yesterday, we saw some of those snow showers creep a little farther north. Today, I think it is going to stay in our southernmost areas. Other areas, in fact, we start looking up north. I think we're going to see breaks in the clouds out there. Devil's Lake Basin, northern Red River Valley, as well as northwest Minnesota. Some clouds moving back into the region tomorrow, but I'm going to say mostly sunny to partly cloudy tomorrow, late morning through afternoon. Really should be a nice Wednesday. We'll see a few snowflakes moving to the westernmost portions of the region during the late afternoon and evening. But all in all, Wednesday's looking like a good day. It is going to be below normal temperature-wise, or really about the average for this time of year. Here's what we've got with that snowfall potential through tomorrow. As you can see, not much there. A few areas up to an inch in our southern areas. Otherwise, things are quiet. You see that 1 to 2. That's really just about out of our region completely. Many areas getting no snow at all. So take a look at our lows tomorrow morning. Cloudy to mostly cloudy sky. Numbers dropping into the teens to mid-20s. 12 Langdon, 15 Roseau, 23 Fargo and Oaks, 24 in Sisseton tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock. Mid-20s, mid-30s. 25 Roseau, Thief River, 23 in Langdon. Mid-30s for Fargo, for Wahpeton, for Sisseton, for Oaks, and many other locations. You can see low 30s around in Lakes Country. And again, a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. So let's talk about a couple of first alert weather days. First one is coming on Thursday, the next one Saturday. The one for Thursday looks more like a wintry mix. Looks like overall, should we see that snow falling across the area, it is going to be more in the form there of light snow with that mix. So we're not necessarily expecting much in the way of snow. It's more the fact that we are going to see winds blowing around. Could see some slick roads out there. And again, poor visibility as this wintry system sweeps through the area. The one on Saturday, and we'll take a look at that in just 1 second, break both of these down, but that one looks like the one that could potentially be more of a problem for the area. So again, first alert weather day Thursday, Clipper system bringing snow and wind. Models do vary pretty greatly on intensity, I should say. First, let's look at the track and the timing as it stands right now. Now we're just a couple of days away, so getting a better feel for the timing and track of this event. You can see where that breakoff is around 4 o'clock. Where we have the rain, Fargo, Could see a little bit of a mix. Then you get up to Grand Forks. Looks like more in the way of snow in that region. There'll be a little push back and forth on that in terms of how far north the rain goes and how far south that snow digs in. But by and large, the areas that look like they're going to see the most snow is going to be our northernmost locations. Meanwhile, 7 o'clock, you can see Fargo-Moorhead still in that rainy zone. Eventually, we'll sweep around and get a little bit of snow before the system moves out. By the time we get to 8 o'clock Friday morning, that system is out of the region. So this is really Thursday afternoon through early Friday morning. We're expecting to see that precipitation. Model comparison. This is interesting. We're going to look at this, and then we'll look at Saturday and kind of give you an idea about why we're expecting Saturday to be a stronger system. Usually we look at these models and we start looking at American, European, and we mention this a lot, but it's always worth mentioning when a system rolls through, is that European model usually, not always, but usually does a better job in terms of the overall precipitation and location. As you can see, both of these weather models do show the best chance for the most snowfall, precipitation in our northern locations, northern half, northern third of the region. But you can see with the American model, projecting a lot more snow. If that were to play out, we'd be talking 3, 4 inches of snowfall, maybe even more in a few areas, Bemidji, Grand Forks, Langdon. The thing is, I don't think that's what we're going to see. I think we're going to look at the European, that's the one over on the right, and we're going to see lesser amounts. We will see some accumulation in those areas, but I think it's more in the order of 1 to 2 inches as opposed to what we're seeing with the American model, showing the potential for much more. You can see Fargo-Moorhead, I think very little in the way of snow accumulation, but I think that rainfall is going to freeze up, and that's where I think our biggest issues are going to be in terms of slick roads, especially we get toward the evening and overnight hours on Thursday into early Friday morning, as well as winds blowing snow around. So again, we're going with the European. This is the European model right there. You can see for most areas, less than an inch of snow. For some areas, no accumulation at all, due to the fact that we're going to see more rain. Now we look at Saturday. Another Clipper system, heavier snow likely. Models do vary still on intensity. And this system's more in the order of 4 to even 5 days out. So again, a little less certainty overall. But here's what I've got for you. This is our European model. 1 o'clock on Saturday, snow starts to push in from south and west to north and east across the region. 7 o'clock, we're looking at snow. Now, we start to see those darker blue colors, indicating we'll see pockets of moderate to heavy snow. This goes into Saturday morning, according to the European model, sticking around through Sunday afternoon before exiting the region by late Sunday evening into Monday. So remember that conversation we just had about the American versus the European model. What I'm showing you right now is the European model. That's the one we usually go with. This is showing snowfall potential a little higher for our system Saturday into Sunday. Right now, calling for anywhere 1 to 3, even 3 to 6, maybe even a little more than that in some areas. I do think that this is on the high side, meaning even though this is the model we typically go with for longer range, I do think that anything above 6 inches is going to be a stretch. I think 3, 4, 5 inches, I think that's a possibility. So when I look at this system for Saturday into Sunday, again, I think some areas 3, 4, even 5 inches. I just don't think we're going to hit that 6 plateau or above. Well, of course, something that'll continue to come into closer sort of proximity as it gets closer. We'll hone on this a little bit more. Weather model will continue to kind of get a better idea of the timing and the intensity of this system. So with all that said, our numbers bouncing around a little bit. We've got 34 tomorrow. Again, I think a dry day, partly cloudy. Not a bad day tomorrow. Thursday, a little warmer, 41. So again, we talk about that rain-snow line. Fargo, Moorhead getting more rain than snow. Grand Forks getting more snow. Then we jump into Friday. A breezy day, partly to mostly cloudy, 29 degrees. Saturday, first alert weather day, 32 the high. So now we're talking about a day which features not only a stronger system moving in, but our temperatures are colder, so it's going to be more in the order of snow for just about the entire region. That's why I think 3, 4, 5 inches is a possibility for the region from Saturday night through at least midday Sunday. Cold days Sunday, Monday, but then we start to recover Tuesday, 28 degrees. Look what happens by the time we get to our Wednesday. Now we're up to 37 for that high. So again, we're still talking a little over a week away, but it's always nice to start looking ahead to when our numbers will warm up again, and they do. It looks like next Thursday, 46, 49 Friday. Cooling off a little bit next Saturday, but still we're talking 40. So a lot of that up and down we tend to see during the month of March. That's coming again. Mid-March is one of those zones where we often see that roller coaster, that flip-flop of temperatures, and that is what we're looking at. So again, just to sum up, A little bit of snow for our southern areas tonight. We're looking at partly cloudy conditions tomorrow. Temperatures near average for this time of year, 30s. That's not bad. Thursday, first alert weather day, a little warmer. Mainly rain, it looks like right now, for Fargo-Moorhead with a little bit of a mix. Mostly snow. Grand Forks could see a couple inches of accumulation. Windy as well. Friday, a bit of a break. Chilly, but a bit of a break from precip. Then Saturday, another first alert weather day. Could spill over into Sunday with that potential for a little more snowfall across the region. Next week, cold, but then we start to warm up for the second half of the week. So a lot going on. Again, that's pretty par for the course for this time of year. One day closer to the weekend. Regardless, that is always a good thing. I hope you have a wonderful evening out there. And again, this weather update has been brought to you by 1-800-NORTH DAKOTA, water damage of North Dakota. Have a good one.
There's no such thing as a small disaster. So when you call 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota, we come prepared to restore your life back to normal. From burst pipes to unexpected mold discoveries or fire damage, when things couldn't be worse, we come to you with our best. With empathy, local expertise, and a truck full of seriously powerful equipment. 1-800-WATER DAMAGE of North Dakota. Restoring what matters most. 701-670-2022.